We just asked AI if Arsenal are going to win the league, and they gave us a big maybe. So we asked them if City are going to win the league, and we got another maybe, really. So AI's not all that.
Well, AI is edging its bets, his bets, whatever it might be. They're non-committal. Non-committal.
It's a big night for Arsenal. They are through to the semi-final. Let's go to Gaz. He's a Man City fan. He's phoning us up. Right, Gaz?
All right, Gaz.
Evening, lads.
How are you, Gaz?
All right, matey.
Jason, good haircut, mate. Jamie, good luck on Saturday, kid.
Yeah.
All the best, mate.
Thanks, mate. I'm going to need it. What did you make of Arsenal tonight, Gaz?
Yeah. Well, I watched it. I'm not remotely concerned. I think they've run out of petrol.
Yeah,
like you said before,
score.
If Lisbon had the attacking sense about them for a good 45 minutes in between the first half and the second half, they could have took. I thought they played well.
They played well up until the final third. And me and Cundy have this discussion all the time with European clubs like Sporting Lisbon. They're good sides, easy on the eye. They have some good midfielders. They move the ball well, but they don't have the star quality because the big teams end up signing them players and taking them off them.
Yeah, the one thing
showed tonight.
The one thing I'll give about tonight, that referee, I don't know what he was on, but I mean, for Arsenal and Sporting, give some decisions there, and you watching, you're like, what?
Do you think you'll pump them on Sunday?
Do I think we'll pump it?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. 4-1. I was on the show to Bards and Mads on Sunday night, and I told them before 1, and that's before I watched them tonight. But Jamie, I wanted to tell you something dead quick. What I don't want you to do, what I did on my wedding day.
Go on.
Back
What'd
in
you
1998. So in 1998, right, City was in the second division. Got married, and we were playing Wolves away. And started the meal there like that. I was like that to my mate, like, what squad is it? The ex-wife caught me. She's like, what are you doing, Alex? And we ended up going down on my 21st birthday to the third tier against Stoke.
It's a bad day.
You should have took over the manager job years ago, mate.
Cheers, guys.
Do you know Saturday, me wedding? Spurs are playing at 5:30.
Them's got fruity. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I don't want to know the score. No, I don't want anything to do with the result. With that, that's it. And I don't want you looking over at me.
No, you know, iPad. You won't even see me.
No, I don't want.
I'll be at the bar.
No, you won't be at the bar because we're going to be sat down.
There'll be about 50 of us at the bar.
5:30 kick-off. That's when all the speeches are happening. Yeah. That's when I need you to be on point. If you've got your head in your phone, there's going to be problems.
iPad.
And if you look at me as if to say Spurs have gone 1-0 down.
If the Ange mask comes out, you know they're 1-0 down.
Is that the marker?
Sign. That's a sign.
That's the sign.
And only take it off, right, if you've equalised.
It's just who we are.
Let's go to Scott, who's an Arsenal fan. Scott.
All right, Scotty.
Hello.
Right, Scott.
Scotty.
Yeah, good.
Scotty,
so I just want to talk.
Go on, what do you make of it tonight?
Go on. Tonight, another ball fest. I think Statue FC was at it again.
Boring. Go on, what do you mean?
I mean, we get the ball at the back. We like to play around the back, which is fair. Most teams do. But we've got no movement at all up the pitch. 5 years ago, before Arteta, we used to have brilliant attackers and absolutely dire defenders. And now it's the other way around. We get the ball at the back and we've got absolutely nothing.
You're finishing 8th.
Yeah, but come on, Jay.
Yeah, no, but I get it. I get it, Scott. I get it. Like it's terrible to watch. It really is. But you're through to the semi-final and you're top of the Premier League.
Yeah, but it's going to get us nowhere again.
Well,
we're going to get better.
Do you know what? Right, both things can be true. Both things. You are a tough watch. Okay. Does it matter? No. But what would concern me, looking further down the track, and there are the biggest games coming down now, right? Some of the biggest games this football club has known for like 2 decades. Huge games start on Sunday. That game against Manchester City, I'm not saying it's going to be season defining, but if you were to lose that game and lose it like we did at the weekend quite comfortably, I then fear for where Arsenal's season goes. I genuinely do. If you go there and get a draw and scrape a draw and play like you did today, you won't be phoning up moaning, because that is a point that you've gained and a point that only City have gained, and you've kept them arm's length.
I think the problem that we're... Scott, are you worried that the way you're playing, when you play against the top sides, like a Man City, that style of play, I think he gets found out in the end.
I think the position we're in at the moment could actually do us a favour. And I've said it because if we was going to City for a draw and Arteta played for a draw, we'd get absolutely battered off the park.
Okay.
Do you think you're going to play for a win?
If we've got to go there for a result...
If you've got to go there for a draw, really? You've got to go there for a draw.
But as long as he don't play for a draw, I think we're in with more of a chance.
Okay, let me ask you this. What does Arteta's side look like that has to go at the weekend against City on Sunday to play for a victory? Because you don't need to go and win the game. What you need to do is make sure that you offer a threat, but defensively solid. Tonight, you didn't have to win the game. I think you see something similar. I don't know.
I think they're going to play exactly the way they did tonight.
I totally agree. I don't think that Arteta is going to play any differently than what we saw tonight.
No.
I think the perfect performance was last week against Sporting.
Yeah, but that was away from home in the first leg.
Yeah, and he went there for a draw, and then he thought the last 5-10 minutes we've added time, let's try and nick a goal. And that's exactly what happened.
But it's Sporting.
It's Sporting
that's
Lisbon.
Sporting. Come on.
Which is a complete difference. Yeah. I think we need to try and play counter-attacking football.
You need to offer a threat, because City will give you chances. I tell you that for nothing.
Yeah, 100%.
City, that looks like they're hitting a purple patch, but I'll tell you now, they are not perfect by any stretch. They are simply not.
I think if we win the midfield and we can counter-attack City, which is more than possible, I think we've got a very good chance of beating them.
I mean, this game now is being built up. This is a massive game on Sunday, you know, like Arsenal go into it really and truthfully, not in great.
Well, let me ask you.
Not in great.
Let me ask you this: is it title deciding?
Yes. Well, yeah, it is, because if Man City win it, I just think that gives.
So if Arsenal get a draw, is it their title? That's a bit tight. That's a bit unfair. That question.
Well,
if Arsenal win it, I think it's over. If City win it, it might be over.
It's not the last day of the season. At the end of the day,
No.
There's going to be 5 games left after that game.
There's enough points.
6 games for Man City, so there's plenty of points still to play for, and no game is easy in the Premier League. But this game for me, if Man City go and win, I think it's as well the manner of the win.
I totally agree.
If Man City go there and they win 2 or 3-0 and they bop Arsenal off the park, like they did in the Carabao Cup final, if I see that performance again, I would look at it and say Arsenal have gone. Yeah. They're gone. And then I think the pressure would continue to mount on the players. If they go and they get a result, get a draw, and they play well, Arsenal, and you go, okay, you know what, they've come through that game, and I think they're going to be fine. But I just it's the performance as well. The performance from Arsenal at the minute. You got through against Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon were rubbish in the second half. They offered nothing. And I know Arsenal are brilliant defensively, and it's hard to break them down. I don't think Man City are going to have that problem. Man City have got top players all over the park. They're not going to be like Sporting Lisbon. If you give them that flat performance, Man City will rub their hands together. Yeah. They will be all over you.
Yeah, they are. They're a side that can shift the dial, as we saw against my mob last Sunday. I don't know whether Arsenal have got the ability to shift the dial to up it like City did. I don't think they've got.
Where's that? But I have seen performances from Arsenal this season.
Yeah, but they've tailed off.
Where they've been like that.
Yeah, but not recently.
No.
Not of late. There's a pattern emerging at Arsenal. They go into it because they are defensively, they're a brilliant team. Okay, largely they have been. Of late, they've been a little bit shoddy. But those games that I'm talking about tend to have been recent before. So take out the Man City game. Take that out. Take out Southampton, because those 2 games are domestic cups. I don't view them the same way as I do Champions League and Premier League. the damage that what Bournemouth did at the weekend and bopped them, that's more concern than any other result recently or performance. Because they went there on their own patch, Alex Scott in the middle of the park. Mate, he's playing with slippers on. Bopping it around. Arsenal couldn't get near them. If Arsenal perform the same way against City at the weekend, City are much better than Bournemouth, and they will shine.